Hey, being single after 30 is not a problem. But staying single because you're scared, disappointed, or done with dating is.
Today we're breaking down why you choose the single life, the cost of staying there, and exactly how to move into intentional dating with practical tools that you can use immediately.
Welcome back to Relate Right.
I'm Elle.
And I'm Fab.
If you're new here, we're a real life couple, we're parents, and we're in a healthy, intentional relationship.
And we believe that true love exists, especially after 30.
And our goal is simple, to share what we've learned so you can date better, choose better, and build the kind of relationship you deserve. And if you're actually curious, if you're ready for a relationship, please complete our relationship readiness quiz in the link below. What it's gonna do is give you specialized tools based on your answers to help you move forward. So let's be honest, you are not staying single because you want to. It's because you're settling into it. And we're gonna talk about a few reasons why people choose to stay single at long term. And one that sticks out in my mind straight away is just past relationship trauma.
One of the big ones.
Right.
One of the big ones. Because like you said, when you're gonna say to someone after 30, you say that you want to be single, but it's not because you want it.
Right.
It's like someone who's addict and tell you that they are not addict. You know, they don't realize that they think that
that's what they want.
Yeah, they think that's what they want for real.
Yeah. If you've been a person who has failed relationships time after time, and you know, you've been hurt a lot and you experienced a lot of pain, people have betrayed you, maybe they cheated on you, maybe there was emotional abuse or whatever it was. If you feel let down time and time again and you keep getting into relationships, at one point you might just shut down and think, hey, maybe I'm better off by myself.
Yeah, and think about it like everything in life. Business, career. Imagine that you get fired, okay?
Right.
From your ideal job that you loved, or that the business that you're trying to make doesn't work.
Right.
Are you going to stop because of that? Some people are going to stop, and the difference between the people who will be successful or not will be the people who don't stop.
That's right.
That's the difference.
That's absolutely the difference. And to add to that, it's not just about not quitting. You have to make changes in order to succeed. So, and that's the issue when people decide to stay single. If you're continuously seeing the same pattern, you're not changing how you move, you're not changing how you date, you're not changing who you're choosing to date, then you're gonna continue to have bad relationships and bad dating stories. And you're gonna be like, oh, I'm so unlucky in love. Oh, I can't find anyone. The pool is full of piss. And that might be true, especially for our generation, like the millennial generation. It's what we feel, especially if you are, divorced or come out of a long-term relationship now that you're 30 or in your mid-30s and you're trying to settle down with someone else. It's very difficult because people do come with baggage, and maybe you're not prepared for that as well. So you're focusing on the feeling you feel, the familiarity of someone, the excitement of someone, and maybe you're just continuing to choose the same old story. And then the other thing is, which I've experienced as well, dating is exhausting. People don't want to date. Dates are predictable, they can be boring, they can be like you feel anxious when you got to go on a date. You're like, oh, now I got to talk about my favorite color. Oh, now I got to talk about my past, or I'm going to have to answer these same questions again.
It's energivore, like I like to say. You give a lot of energy on date. That's the thing we don't talk about.
Right.
Sometimes you're exhausted to go on date, but you don't really put your finger on what is it. But you know that you don't want to go, but at the same time you want to go. This is the energy that you put on the past, the date that you did before didn't work, or also the story will repeat itself.
That's right.
All the time in your dating journey.
And at the end of the day, I think for women, they put a lot of preparation into a date, you know, because you want to come with your best foot forward.
We do as well.
Do you?
We do as well, of course.
Okay, would you get shower and put cologne on and put nice clothes on? Okay.
We just don't put makeup. I mean, some of us, because apparently now, we already know. But yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get that. Yeah.
No, but yeah, so yeah, it does get pretty exhausting, especially like if afterwards it was a flop.
Yeah.
Or if the energy was crappy.
And also if it's a succession of failing.
That's right. Well, unless you're a super duper extrovert, you're not gonna love having to go on so many dates with so many people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely understand that people can get exhausted by that.
And we just to say as well, we're not talking about the professional dater who date to date. Okay, that's a different sport. Okay, we talk about people we talk about people who try to find someone
to
and finally
find meaningful
and
love.
Finally they say it's not gonna happen.
It's just not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
And that and then, you know, good segue, because those type of people will be like, listen, I'm independent. I can take care of myself. I have a great family support. I have a great friend group, you know, and they'll just decide, you know what? I want to be single and I'm going to be all right, because they're using their independence and their capability as a shield.
As a shield.
To cover up the fact that deep down they actually would love to find someone special. As
a shield, but also as a... I would say excuses as well. Yeah. But also, they say to themselves, I'm free to do what I want. But listen to me. Freedom doesn't mean that you are able to do everything that you want.
Right.
That's not freedom. Sometimes you want to eat a bunch of McDonald's or something like that. You know, you shouldn't do it. If you do it every day, you think it's freedom? No. No.
That's a good example. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Sometimes there is a lot of things that you want to do every day and you know it's not good for you.
Right.
Is it freedom because you do them? No, it's because you don't control yourself. That's different.
That's absolutely different.
You're losing control of yourself.
And the last reason is that you just stop believing that a real relationship and a real love is possible. That's a hard one, because it happens a lot. With all these things that we talked about, all these disappointments, like your light slowly starts to dim and you start to lose hope, and that's not a good feeling.
I think even people who are now in a, let's say, healthy relationship,
right,
at one point in their life felt this feeling that we are talking about. Like, you fell in a relationship before, your dating journey look like the same, and then you say, listen, it will never happen.
Right.
You're 30 plus.
Yeah.
And you're like, it will never happen. You want a child and everything, and you don't find someone, it will never happen. We all feel these things.
I felt it.
I felt it as well.
I absolutely felt it. And we used to have those conversations, and I just remember thinking, it's all right. I got, it's all right. I just got to come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to find the ideal love that I can, that I imagine. And I even started to think like, oh, what would I be comfortable accepting? Like cheating or, things like that.
You see what you talk about?
Yeah.
Like, we start to convince ourselves, our inner self, that's all right. That's gonna be like that now. That's all right.
Well, that's how I was coping. I was like, well, if I want to be in a relationship, I just have to understand that men are like this, and that I'm gonna have to accept that. Otherwise, I'm gonna be single and live my best life and travel and make money and be an amazing, cool auntie. You know what I'm saying?
You compensate.
Right, and
by another way.
That's exactly right. And so that's just, it's one that's hard to explain. And in some ways, that's okay if you feel that momentarily. But when you choose to be single long term, like forever, because of that, then that's not good.
That's not good. Of course.
Yeah, because, and just to close this point out, because at the end of the day, you didn't actually choose to stay single long term. Heartbreak chose it for you.
It's the consequences of different actions will lead you to choose this path.
And now we're going to tell you what is actually going to happen to you if you choose to stay single long term. We're going to talk about the cost you will pay by making this choice. So it might seem like it's a desirable choice, like you really wanted this for yourself.
Yeah.
But you're going to be out here traveling, living your best life, laughing with your friends, drinking, partying, meeting all these amazing people. But you will absolutely feel like something inside is missing.
Yeah.
And you're going to be grabbing onto all these different things and all these different people to get some sort of fulfillment. And unfortunately, it's not going to work because we are created to be in pairs, to be complemented with a partner.
And this feeling that you're talking about, a lot of people have this feeling, but will never talk about it.
Yeah.
And they will also have a mask of someone happy.
That's right.
You know, of someone who's, the life is full, I'm successful, I have money, I have friends, I move, I can take the plane and everything. But when you go home, when you're home by yourself, this is when things start to be painful. Because you're with yourself at home with your thought, and then you start to feel this emptiness.
Right.
And most of the time, I'm sure, because I think I feel this as well. But I was smoking and things, so I had a lot of ways to don't stay with myself while I was with myself.
Right.
You know, by smoking. But during few moments, I feel that I was alone, and I have no one. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I feel that as well. Even when I was going back from a good party with friends. This is when the thing hits you. When after you got this dopamine,
this
high,
adrenaline,
and you go back home and you're like, okay, that's done. Now what?
Interesting. I have felt it at different times for sure, but it was at a different moment. So for me, when I was partying, when I was having fun, when I was shopping, when I could do whatever I wanted, I would get up, I would do what I want, go where I want, how I want, not have to tell anybody anything, not have to explain myself. I love all those feelings. I'm an only child.
I remember you tell me that,
I'm an only child of souls. I love that, right? And that's what I really, really loved about being single, is that freedom, right? But yeah, for me, I loved all of those things. It's just that there were moments where I would see like families and kids, and those are things I always wanted. I always dreamed of having a real love and having our kids and just having that family life, but a fun one. You know, a fun one, not like the one that, you know, people are tired and like, you know, miserable and stuff, like obviously a fun one. So, you know, there would be moments like where I would just kind of think, it just sucks that this isn't for me. It just sucks that, you know, I was happy to be the cool auntie, but I was also deep inside feeling like, I just wonder why, you know? I just wonder why it's not for me.
Yeah, when you see your friends or your friends building their families and you are the last one. Without nothing, I would say.
Right.
That's the feeling as well. That's some things that you're like, oh, at one point. And you try to deny it as long as you can. I would say you try to deny it as long as you can. You know, and most of the people will say, "Oh, that's okay," and you will even try to find all the bad things of having this life. You know, like, you know,
I
like,
did that.
They go, oh, but they have child, they can go there.
Right.
Oh, but they have child,
they can't just wake up and travel.
Wake up and do this,
which I was doing constantly.
Or imagine if I was like them, I wouldn't be able to be in this party or do this or do that. You know. You try to find those things to find reassurance in your choices.
Listen, there are benefits for sure. Like yes, those are real. Yes, in short term. But what I'm trying to say is, those feelings are valid, and it's okay to feel happy in those moments and be appreciative of those things as well, right? Because we all have to go through that as well.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, deep inside, it is just human instinct to be with somebody else.
Yeah, you're fighting against your instinct, your natural instinct. You're fighting against that. And like you said, it's good to feel that for a short amount of time, but when you make it like your life plan,
right,
then it starts to be a problem.
Yeah, because then your personality starts to change. And you know, even as we talk about this, I'm a generally happy person. I'm a very positive person. I'm going to look at the upside. I'm someone who is going to always solve the issue, you know?
Yeah.
But the longer that I was staying single, my brain was doing kind of what you said. It was rewiring itself to justify why this is the best course of action.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And the last point is life will humble you and you will notice that life moves on without you. Your friends are going to do the things that are great for their life. People will choose themselves. They will build their families. They will move on. They will focus on their families. You're not going to be a priority.
This is painful.
It is.
It's painful. Let's talk about it for real.
For real.
You know what we are talking about if you've been in this situation. We all have felt this. You remember when you were feeling that you were there for your friends when they were alone?
Yeah.
And when they find their partner, they finally move on with their life. Doesn't mean that they don't contact you or whatever, but you feel that they are not available anymore, of course, because they have their partner, they have their child, they have their own life. But when you start to feel that you're like, I was there and they are not there for me now, you feel these things like they are all leaving. They are all leaving you. And also it can put you in a like very bad cycle, and also like not like a revenge mode, but you know, like in an angry stage.
And that comes from pain.
You know, that comes from pain,
comes
of
from
course,
pain of the realization.
The realization that I'm alone now.
Right, and also from the realization that people are going to make decisions about their life and not consider you.
Yes.
And
you're going to take it personally.
You're going to take it personally because you're single and you'll attach yourself to your friends and your family. You'll be considerate in your decision making about your choices. However, they're not going to do the same because, again, you're not a priority.
The priority, which is normal.
It's normal. That's exactly. It's not personal. It's not a personal attack. It's just reality.
And it's easier for us to tell you that now than when you are in the situation.
That's right.
Because you won't be able to realize it. You will take it personally. And trust me, if you never feel that, you will feel it. You will take it personally.
Right. So with all that said, avoiding love doesn't actually protect you. It empties you from the inside.
Another interesting point, and maybe this one is in the future for most of us. We don't, some of you maybe don't think about this like that, but who's gonna be there when everyone is gone? Mm-hmm. Have you think about that? Have you even realized that when you don't build a relationship, when you don't have this opportunity to build a long relationship and you arrive like, let's say, at 60 years old, 65 years old, 50 years old, and you start to have those questions and you start to see that people are leaving. Your parents are not there anymore. Your child, if you have child, start to go all over the world to do their own life. You will be alone at home. Who's gonna be there? Your friends probably also gone for some of them. You know what I mean? Those questions, when you start to ask you those questions, to be honest, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary when you think about that for real. A lot of people don't think about those things now, but when you think about it, it's scary.
It's scary because as you get old, you need a lot more care. You have more time. You have more solitude to think.
And nothing matters more
And
anymore.
nothing matters more than community and family. And
Nothing.
so we live in this individualistic society. And so this is exactly why it's so important to build a relationship.
You know as well, if you want to have a little taste of that, when you're sick.
Yeah.
When you're sick.
Right.
I don't know if you've been sick in your life, but when you're really sick,
and
you're in hospital and you're or whatever, or even if you're at home and you are alone.
Yep.
What matter? What does matter?
You just want somebody to take care of you and bring you soup and cuddle you and
exactly. You don't care
company.
about anything.
That's right.
Even if I told you, hey, come with me, let's go. There is gold just there. Let's go dig and we're gonna. What the hell are you talking about? I don't care about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is a little taste, just a little taste.
Right. So essentially, single life can feel full right now, but later on, it's not going to feel the same. It's going to feel completely empty and completely miserable. So now we're going to give you advice on how to shift from I'm fine alone and I'm fine being single to I am ready to accept and build real lasting love. So the first thing you got to do is heal your relationship story within yourself. Exactly.
Your past relationship is not your future. It's not because you had, and we all have it, bad relationship, bad dating stories.
Yep.
That is gonna happen again and again. But if you keep closing your eyes on the mistake that you've done, if you don't take accountability and you always said it's because of him, it's because of her, then yes, the cycle will continue all the time and you will never go out of it.
And just remember that you are not hard to love. You were just loving the wrong people. And the second thing is to work on yourself, but really work on yourself and build the skills to be able to enter into a meaningful, loving partnership.
Very, very, very important. We take relationship too much like something just gonna happen like that. Just like that. When you want to make a business, I like to take this example. When you want to take a business, I'm sure that you know that you have to learn the skills that you need to make this business.
To be successful.
To be successful. But just not even to be successful, to understand what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So it's the same for relationship even more, because this is the biggest decision, the biggest moment of your life, finding someone who's going to live next to you. We keep saying that. So building the skills is the most important things. You have to learn how to communicate well, how to argue in the healthy way, having this growth mindset while you argue, you know. It's going to help you as well to choose better, because if someone doesn't argue in the healthy way, you will be able to feel and understand that it's not for you. It doesn't go nowhere.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, because even if you think about at work, bad behavior, poor communication, poor social skills, they're not accepted. You will have a lot of problems in your life if you don't have these skills. It goes the same for the relationship, even more so. So take the skills you already have in your daily life and you have to apply them. So like Fab said, you need to be self-aware enough. You need to be able to take accountability. Saying things like, I enabled somebody to treat me badly, that's only a part of it. That was me to say, oh, I just enabled this person to treat me badly, but I'm a saint. You know? No, absolutely not, because I was vengeful. You know, there was definitely things that I needed to work on. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys all my flaws, but but you get the
I'm
point.
Tell you. So there's this, that.
Listen, the most important thing about my flaws, I don't have many, but you know, is the fact that I'm willing to learn from them, apologize, admit when I'm wrong, and I calibrate myself very quickly. And I think you need to learn those skills and you need to continue learning. So this is such an important point, is you are never going to be the perfect person, but what you will have to do is adopt the fact that you're a learner in this life and that you will have to learn your partner and yourself and continue to grow together through communication.
Enjoy the journey.
Exactly. And we will leave you with this last thought, because a relationship doesn't require luck, it requires actual skills. Another thing is that you have to create a life that somebody can join.
Yeah.
Not that somebody replaces something that's missing in your life. It's you need to create a space that a person can just join.
When you invite someone in your house, I'm sure you clean your house, right?
I would hope so.
I hope so. So it's the same in a relationship. As much as when you meet someone, you want to see the green land, you want to see trees and fruits for you to eat. It's a little bit image, but so you as well have to give that to someone as well. You have to make the people feel that with you, they can find peace.
That's right.
If they bring peace to you as well.
And just to add to that, so in the previous point, we more talked about the skills you need to have. And in this point, it's more around the fact that you also have to bring tangible things. So you have to have some structure, some routine. You have to be able to provide for yourself.
Yep.
You have to be able to be helpful. You have to be, have the bare necessities, obviously. Have, good income, or, a home or a car or whatever it is. You need to be able to complement the person that you're with. So you have to obviously work on your inner skills, like in the previous point, but you also have to work on life skills. And be able to give your partner a safe home, a secure home, feel stability, not be afraid of financial issues, like those type of things. You need to work on that, and then get a partner who is going to complement that. Doesn't mean they have to be, on the same exact level than you, but they absolutely have to be able to give you something and uplift you in some way.
You need to feel that even if they are not there yet, they are going to.
That's right.
And also I wanted to say something that you said was very interesting. When you're gonna work on that, what you just said, then someone who doesn't will feel unattractive because you did the work.
That's right.
You bring the things intentionally.
Yep.
So when someone in front of you is not even aware of that, it's gonna be unattractive, and you're gonna save a lot of time.
That's right.
A lifetime.
And you think about it, when your life has space for a healthy partnership, only then a true partner will arrive, and you will be able to attract them, and you will be able to choose them wisely. So this very last point is encompassing all of the things we talked about. So you need to date with strategy and not with your emotion.
Yeah, you will understand that. It will click in your mind when you're gonna start to do the 3 points that we just said before. Because you're gonna start to build your strategy, to build your plan, and then date intentionally according to this plan that you just made.
That's right.
You're not gonna go outside anymore to find and to win the casino.
I saw something today that was very, very interesting, and I think it relates perfectly to this. A man who reacted on emotion because he was angry, he got mad, he wanted to fight, he shot someone, he ended up in jail for 20 years. That's what happens when you act out of straight emotion. So when you're on a date and someone makes you feel all these emotions, they invoke all your trauma. You don't know that at the moment, but they make you feel excited and scared at the same time and anxious, and you just keep wanting more. You're reacting on emotion. And if you choose this person, they might just ruin the next 20 years of your life. So you need to scratch that, and you need to be very, very intentional What is this person actually showing me through their actions? Not through your feelings, through their actions. Are they being considerate? How is their temperament? What do they have? What skills can you see? How do they treat staff around them? How do they treat their friends? How do their family see them? You need to be able to consider all of those things before you make a decision.
Especially after 30.
That's exactly right. And remember, having a strategy and dating intentionally is not boring. It is self-respect. And now we're going to leave you with 4 questions to ask yourself that you can apply today to really truly understand why you're making the decisions you're making in regards to dating. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, do I actually want to be single, or am I just protecting myself? Dig deep though. And the second one is, assess your last 3 dating options and think whether or not they show growth or repetition of your previous cycles. And the third one is, what is my future 50, 60-year-old self going to feel? Am I going to feel grateful, or am I going to feel regretful? And finally, the fourth one is, when you're actually ready to go on a date, you need to think about, have I set my non-negotiables? Have I set my emotional boundaries? And we'll leave you with this last thought to ponder on. Independence is beautiful, but avoidance can be dangerous. If you enjoyed this episode, hit us up in the comments, like, share, subscribe, and let us know about your single life stories and is single life choosing you, or are you choosing it?